I should like to rise and go where the golden apples grow, where below another sky parrot islands anchored lie, and watched by cockatoos and goats, lonely Crusoes building boats. Where in sunshine reaching out, eastern cities miles about, are with mosque and minaret, among the sandy gardens set, and the rich goods from near and far hang for sale in the bazaar. Where the great wall round China goes, and on one side the desert blows, and with bell and voice and drum, cities on the other hum. Where a forest hot as fire, wide as England, tall as a spire, full of apes and coconuts, and the native hunters' huts. Where among the desert sands some deserted city stands. All its children sweep and prince, grown to manhood, ages since. Not a foot in street or house, not a stir of child or mouse. And when kindly falls the night, in all the town no spark of light. There I'll come when I'm a man, with a camel caravan, light a fire in the gloom of some dusty dining room. See the pictures on the walls, heroes, fights, and festivals. See the pictures on the walls, heroes, fights, and festivals. And in the corner find the toys of the old Egyptian boys. I saw you toss the kites on high, blow the birds about the sky, and all around I heard you pass, like lady skirts across the grass. Oh, wind blowing all day long, oh, wind that sings so loud a song. I saw the different things you did, but always you yourself you hid. I felt you push, I heard you call. I could not see yourself at all. Oh, wind you a beast of field and tree, or just a stronger child than me? A wind blowing all day long, a wind that sings so loud, a song all day long, a wind that sings so loud, a song all day long, a wind that sings so loud, a song wind blowing all day long. Whenever the moon and stars are set, whenever the wind is high, all night long in the dark and wet, a man goes riding by. Late in the night, when the fires are out, why does he gallop and gallop about? Why does he gallop and gallop about? Whenever the trees are crying aloud and ships are tossed at sea by on the highway, low and loud, by the gallop goes he. By the gallop he goes, and then by he comes back at the gallop again. By he comes back at the gallop again. Whenever the trees are crying aloud and ships are tossed at sea, by on the highway, low and loud, by the gallop goes he. By the gallop he goes, and then by he comes back at the gallop again. 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 by, he comes back at the gallop again.
Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle. The sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain. Never again in the wink of the night is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a man who stands and gazes, and there is the green for stringing the daisies. Here's a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. Here's a mill, there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever. And gone forever. Faster than witches, and gone for riches and houses, hedges and ditches, and gone for faster than fairies, faster than witches, and gone for bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me to dig the sandy shore. My hole was empty like a cup. In every hole the sea came up till it could come no more. When the grass was closely mown, walking on the lawn alone, in the turf a hole I found and hid a soldier underground. Spring and daisies came apace, grasses hide my hiding place, grasses run like a green sea o'er the lawn up to my knee. Under grass alone he lies, looking up with leaden eyes, scarlet cord and pointed gun, to the stars and to the sun. When the grass is ripe like grain, when the scythe is stoned again, when the lawn is shaven clear, then my hole shall reappear. I shall find him, never fear. I shall find my grenadier. But for all that's gone and come, I shall find my soldier
do you like to go up in a swing, up in the air so blue? Oh, I do think it the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down. To go up in a swing, up in the air so blue. Oh, I do think it the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down. Up in the air, up in the It's time to take the window to see Leary going by. For every night at tea time and before you take your seat, with a lantern and with ladder, he comes posting up the
When the bright lamp is carried in, the sunless hours again begin. Or without, in field and lane, the haunted night returns again. Now we behold the embers flee about the firelit hearth and see our faces painted as we pass like pictures on the window glass. Must we to bed indeed? Well then, let us arise and go like men, and face with an undaunted tread the long black passage up to bed. Farewell, oh brother, sister, sire, oh pleasant party round the fire. The songs you sing, the tales you tell, till far tomorrow fare you the jet black night. It stares through the window pane. It crawls in the corners, hiding from the light, and it moves with a moving flame. Go marching along up the stairs. Shadow of the lamp, the shadow of the child that goes to bed, all the wicked shadows coming tramp, 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 with a black night overhead. Last to the chamber where I lie, my fearful footsteps patter nigh, and come from out the cold and gloom into my warm and cheerful room. There safe arrived, we turn about to keep the coming shadows out, and close the happy door at last on all the perils that we've passed. Then when Mama goes by to bed, she shall come in tiptoe tread, and see me lying warm and fast, and in the land of Nod at last. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. What can be the use of him is more than I can see. He's very, very like me, from my heels up to my head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. He sometimes shoots up tall, like an Indian rubber ball. He sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play. He always makes a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me. He's a coward, you can see. I think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow still The lights from the kitchen and parlor shone out through the blinds and the windows and bars. And high overhead, all moving about, there were thousands of millions of stars. There never were such thousands of leaves on a tree, nor of people in church or the park, as the crowds of the stars that looked down upon me and that glittered and winked in the dark. The dog and the plow and the hunter and all, and the star of the sailor and Mars. These shone in the sky, and the pail by the wall would be half full of water and stars. They saw me at last, and they chased me with cries, and they soon had me packed into bed. But the glory kept shining and bright in my eyes, and the stars going round in my head. if you will look through the windows of this book. Another child far, far away, and in another garden play. But do not think you can at all by knocking on the window, call that child to hear you. He intent is all on his play business bent. He does not hear, he will not look, nor yet be lured out of this book. For long ago, the truth to say,